Hello, back with the next part of our chapter. That's the last part, part 5 of movement in animals, in which we are going to talk about the joints, the different joints which are present inside our body. Yes, as we have seen that our skeletal system, of course, it is made up of bones, but we cannot have the active movement of all the body parts without joints. Yes, can we imagine that only bones are there and we will be able to move from one place to another? No. Whatever joints are there, because of these joints, we can actively move from one place to another, and even we can move the different organs of our body. And we have already seen that the adult human body has 206 bones, and with the exception of hyoid bone in the neck, which is present, okay, because it's not actually, it is a bone which is connected to at least one or other, so it's not been counted in the number of bones which we actually have. And we have already seen in earlier classes also that a younger kid has more number of bones, but as he grows up or he becomes elder, the bones fuse together to become a or to form a stronger bones. Okay, so joints, they are what? They are the locations where bones come together. Two bones come together and they are being joined with each other. Yes, we all play different games, or you all know about different joints which are present. So these joints are the places, or the if we talk about games, it's just like a device which helps to join two things, okay, where the two bones meet with each other. It's known as a joint. So many joints allow movement between the bones. There are different types of joints in our body, and these joints are responsible for different kinds of movement. You all know that we can move our leg front and back because of the joint which is present in the bones that are present in our limbs, which we have already seen. Okay, the single bone which is present on the thigh bone and the lower two bones, they can move, or we can carry out different movement because of the joint that is present in our knee. So we are going to look forward for different kinds of joints that are present inside our body. So before moving to that, we are going to see that there are two types of joint. The first one is immovable and movable. The different types of joints are divided or distributed in these two types, that is movable and immovable joints. So immovable are the ones which can also be known as fixed joint, which we have already seen when we are talking about skull. So joint in the skull is an immovable joint, but I've told you that the lower jaw bone can be they can actually move. The movement of lower jaw is possible because that is only the movable jaw which can carry out the movement for chewing purpose. Yes, when we eat, we can use the or move the lower jaw. So that is only the movable joint which is present in the skull. Then the next one is movable joint, which are further being divided into hinge joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint and gliding joint. So we are going to discuss about all these different kind of joints in our coming slide. So as I have told you, the types of joints are mainly of two types, but here in the slide you can see that there are three types: fixed joint, free movable joint and slightly movable joints. Okay, so fixed joint, as we have already discussed, it's in the skull. Then freely movable joint is being divided into four types, that is pivot joint, ball and socket joint, hinge joint and gliding joint. And slightly movable joints are very least inside our body, which helps us, like rib cage, it moves slightly, it helps in the breathing process. As I have already told you, rib cage helps, so it is a slightly movable joint which is present, that's helpful for the process of breathing. So we'll talk about these all joints one by one. Now the movable joints are also known as synovial joints. Okay, so the first type of joint which we are going to talk about is the hinge joint. Such joints are present in the knee and elbow. They allow movement only in backward and forward direction. Hinge joint is only been carried out in backward and forward. The best example for that is the door which we have at our home. The door can be moved forward and backward because of the hinge which is present. Okay, hinges which are fitted in the wall and the door, that carries out the movement backward and forward of the door. So the same way we can move our knee and elbow only in the backward and forward direction. So such kind of joint which allows movement only in two directions, that is forward and backward, is known as hinge joint. Then the next kind of joint is ball and socket joint, which is present in the neck portion. Okay, the round end of the bone fits into the cavity of another bone, as you can see it in the picture, and then the movement is being carried out. So this is present in the hip joint and the shoulder. The shoulder joint and the hip joint are examples of ball and socket joint. This type of joint allows a rotational movement. We can rotate our neck, okay, in all the four directions. We can move it backward, forward, and both the sideways. Okay, we cannot rotate it fully. Circular movement I'm not talking about. We can only carry out rotational movement because of the ball and socket joint. Okay, the next kind of joint is the pivot joint. Pivot joint allows rotation around an axis. There is an axis present in between. As we have seen, the earth moves on its own axis. So the same way, pivot joint also allows rotation around an axis. The neck and forearms have pivot joint. It allows us to move our neck forward and backward and from side to side. Okay, so this is how the pivot joint works out. Then we have the next, that is the gliding joint. Gliding joint, the joint which the bones glide over one another. Okay, it is present in the ankle and wrist. This joint allows movement from side to side. Yes, we can move our ankle from sideways and even back and forth. So this is the example of gliding joint. Now here in the slide you can see ellipsoid joint, which is again present in the neck portion. It's been shown that the movement can be carried out one above the other. The movement occurs, it glides over one another. So that is again a movement like gliding movement. Then ball and socket joint, as we can move our hand in the whole rotation, the same way it's present in the shoulder. You can see it that we can move and carry out the movement due to this joint in all the four directions. Okay, so this is what we are going to talk about. We have discussed about the joints. Then the next kind of joint is partially movable joint. As I've already told you, partially movable, or we can call it as some part of it moves and the whole movement cannot occur due to it. The joints at the vertebrae and pelvis are partially movable joint. They allow us to bend, so they are, that is a partial movement that we carry out. Okay, we can bend because of the vertebral column. So here we cannot carry out the whole movement, but partial movement of our body organs can happen. Then the next is the cartilage. Now this is also an important structure of our body, which is a firm tissue, but it is softer and much flexible than bone. Okay, we can call it as bone, which the bone which is present in a tip of our nose and even in the ears, but it is not as tough or as hard as a bone, but it is a little bit softer as compared to the bones. But cartilage is a connective tissue which is found in many areas of our body. Okay, which includes the joints between the bones. Yes, the joints which we have between the bones, that has cartilage, like the elbows, knees and ankles have cartilage present in them. Ends of the ribs, where the rib ends, that also has a cartilage. Between the vertebrae in the spines, so that they do not rub against each other, so to have a flexibility between them, we have cartilage present. It is present even in ears and nose and bronchial tubes or airways. Airways, the air path which we have from where we carry out the process of breathing. So this is what about the cartilage. Then the last part of our chapter is the muscles. Now we all know, as I've already told you, with the help of muscles only the movement of our body part is possible. If we only say that the bones are the ones or the main part of the skeletal system, then it would prove to be a wrong statement. So muscle helps us in the movement of our body parts. They help in pulling or contracting anything. Muscles cannot push, but they can pull the things or they can contract. Okay, so there are two sets of muscles which are attached to many of our bones. When one muscle contracts, the other relaxes. So this is how the movement of the muscles takes place. So muscles are attached to the bones by band like structures or band like tissues called as tendons. A good example of a pair of muscles working together is of biceps. Yes, the biceps, you might have seen the bicep of a bodybuilder. How is it? There are two types of muscle. When he lift up his hand, now in the picture you can see in the figure which is shown alongside, we have seen the term known as tendon. It's a band like tissue which is present. So when the arm bends, the bicep muscles contract and the tricep relax, and the opposite thing happens when in the case when we straighten the hand. When we straighten the hand, the bicep relax and the triceps contract. So this is how the muscles work together. Yes, you all can see the difference between the figure that's been shown alongside in the slide. So this was all about the chapter that is movement in animals. We have seen different kind of joints, the movement that is being carried out by different organisms present, may it be a unicellular organism or a multicellular organism. So we'll meet again in our coming chapter. Bye. Thank you.